bonjour, mes amis. Are you wondering where the babes are today? We're in Gay Paris.
Are we really?
Well, for those of us, meaning everybody in the world right now, who actually can't travel,
Right.
we decided to.
Go to Paris by the magic of green screen.
Cyber travel is very
Absolutely.
inexpensive.
That's it.
Very cheap. It only cost us the bottle of wine.
That's
and
right.
the berets.
But the wine is real.
And
Paris
we're here.
isn't real, but the wine is real. But you can use your imagination and go with us.
And go anywhere.
Go anywhere
Absolutely.
you want to go.
But Paris was top on some of our lists on places to go.
Did you always want to go to Paris?
No, not really.
No.
Paris wasn't on the top of my list. It was on my daughter's. She's always wanted to go. So she had
Really?
her room decorated with an Eiffel Tower and just the pinks, I think, because it just kind of fit.
Speaking of Eiffel Tower, we had an Eiffel Tower for the table. We forgot to put it here.
It was really tall.
Mon Dieu, it was rather large.
Oh, never mind. I must have been checking sound. I missed that part. Sorry.
She was. She was very busy.
But
As a
we'll
bee.
put a nice picture of an Eiffel Tower.
We will. We will. But I love this cafe we are at.
Isn't this a beautiful cafe?
This is exactly what I would be doing if I could. I know you two would probably be in Hawaii right about now.
No.
Laying on the beach.
I would be in Paris if I could.
I would like to be in Paris drinking wine with the two of you. That would be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking of Hawaii, though, we did have a trip planned for the end of August,
Poor
but
Beth.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You can't travel. I'm not going to go to Hawaii
And
and
spend
sit
all the
for
money.
14 days or 7
the
days in
hotel
a
room.
hotel room.
No.
I got my own house, my own pool. I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But we might go in January.
I wanted to
We're
go
thinking about
in November to celebrate my 5 years of remission,
Right.
but the hubby's kind of putting a kibosh on it because if we book and we still have shutdowns,
Yeah.
it would be the same situation you and
Yeah.
Grady are in right now, and we wouldn't be able to do it, and it would just be a waste of money.
Right.
Well,
So
but here's the good news.
there's always good news.
Okay? I was able to cancel the room without it costing me anything. And you know what I did for the flight?
What?
For those of you who don't know, I love Southwest Airlines. I totally love them.
There she goes plugging them.
And
Yep.
I can't help it. I love them.
Free airfare.
Now, if you use a Southwest credit card and you buy everything, I buy my gas, I buy my car insurance, I buy everything on Southwest because here's a lesson, if you book a flight on Southwest points, you can cancel it and get all the points back in your account. But if you do it for money, then you have like, what, a year
to spend it.
to spend it or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, Southwest points.
But
I
we're
love it.
hoping that we can actually do some real traveling
Yes.
by then.
Yeah.
That it doesn't have to be virtual, even though this is quite nice and we were
It
having
is.
a great time here.
We
It
are.
is.
But if, let's say next year, if we can go somewhere, you were saying we would go to Paris?
I would love to go there. My best friend and I were actually planning a trip to Italy this spring. And we had gone back and forth about it. We were getting really excited. She was actually going online so she could learn how to speak Italian. And then this hit. And I'm glad that we didn't book all that because if it had been non-refundable or whatever, we'd have been stuck. And that would have been stinky.
That would have been
So,
bad.
maybe next year.
Let's do a cruise, though, seriously.
I have never cruised in my whole entire life.
But don't you want to
I've never
say
cruised.
yes? Let's do a cruise. Out there, listen, send us some emails, babesandvoiceline@gmail.com. What do you prefer? Traveling, Europe, Hawaii, cruises? We want to know.
I
Inquire
went
into
on a
another-
cruise.
I
You
did
did
go
the
on a
Alaska
cruise.
I've been on
I
a
did
bunch.
the Alaskan cruise, and that was
Oh, you know what?
really
Grady did
cool.
that
Really
when
cool.
he wasn't married to me at the time, but Grady did the Alaskan
yeah,
cruise,
that
and he's
doesn't
always
count.
wanted. He's always wanted to do it again with me, but we
Absolutely.
just haven't. But we got engaged on a cruise. Did you know that?
I did not
That
know
I did not
Grady and
know.
I got engaged on a cruise.
A
ship.
cruise to where?
Yeah, that was.
It
gonna
was
be my
the
question.
Caribbean.
Oh.
It was Carnival Victory. That was the name of the ship, actually.
Well,
Fun.
And
was it a
so,
carnival?
yeah, no, you know what? We had friends with us.
Oh.
Roxy and Linda were there, and Regina and Bob.
Did
and
they
we were
know ahead of time
No.
that he was going to
I
ask?
kind of had an inkling, but because we had kind of talked about it, but
Right.
and so we went. We were all out, drinking at the, one of the bars and all this stuff.
Oh,
And
I'm
then-
shocked that Beth was drinking
that
at a bar.
that was back in Grady's beer day too.
Oh, okay.
Did they have the
Anyway.
slot machines on the
They
cruise
do,
ship?
but you know what? I don't play much on a ship, seriously, because you don't win a lot on a ship. So anyway, we're on this cruise, and everybody's, we're tired, we're going to bed. Grady's like, no, everybody has to have a drink. And I'm like, So he makes everybody get a drink. It was adorable. And he gets down on one knee and says, I've been in love with you for a long time, and I want you to marry me, and all my friends are, So that was
very
cool.
romantic.
It's
It
very
was.
romantic, and it's a very nice memory.
You think of Paris as being romantic and asking someone to marry you
Yes.
in Paris, right? To Paris with Love. They have all those movies, and they show the bridges and the... Yeah. Aww.
You know what? Other than Hawaii and cruises, I'm not a big traveler, though.
She's a stay-at-home kind of a go to the casino gal.
No, I have been to Greece. Do you know I've been to Greece?
No.
I don't travel. Oh, I've been to Greece. I've been to...
That was
The
way.
Caribbean. I've been to Hawaii.
Listen, it was way back in the day when I was working for a company called Traveline, and their home company was in Greece, and they sent me on a trip. So,
Wow.
so I'll have to show you pictures. I got
Yeah.
pictures of myself at the Parthenon and in Delphi and all that stuff.
Well, we should do the Mediterranean cruise on a cruise ship and then hit all the ports, because I believe they hit
That's a good
Italy
idea.
and they hit
do.
Greece. Maybe Croatia is beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And just to do that kind of cruise. And
Yeah, I get the brochures in the mail from the cruise line that does that, where you can go exactly where you're saying you can cruise the Mediterranean and stop in all these different places. And
Sounds
okay,
good to me.
I've never been, so I was raised on the water back in Michigan, so it's not like I don't know how to behave on a boat. But a big boat.
That's funny.
I've never
That's
really
funny.
been on a big boat. So
No, it's awesome. It's really awesome. I love cruises. We haven't been in a long
is.
time, but I've been on quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Let's start talking about places we can't go right
You know
now.
what? We
What?
did the Hawaiian cruise after we got married, and that was awesome.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
island hopped on the...
Yeah, that was pretty
So did you fly there and then cruise
Yeah.
around, or did you cruise
Yeah.
over?
No, we flew there, cruised around, and back.
Very cool.
That was cool.
Very
Okay,
cool.
we're going to do, babes are going
Yeah.
to do a cruise. And when we decide, we'll let all our viewers know in case you want to take that cruise and go, where are the babes? We'll be there. I notice I'm drinking my wine a lot quicker than the two of you.
Oh, God, by the end of this show.
I have to be careful.
All I'm
but
gonna
I
say
did
is-
eat. I did eat before I came, so I wouldn't get too loopy on the show.
And it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, it is.
And they could be watching it
I
at
wonder
5
what
o'clock.
time it is in Paris right now.
How many hours
They're
is
10
it?
hours ahead of us?
We're filming in the morning. It's 20
Either
to 12.
8 or 10 ahead of us.
PM?
I believe.
Oh, hours-wise?
Hours-wise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then it's evening there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So,
So,
there you go.
definitely.
I'd do that.
Cheers.
Oh, clink.
Just don't spill any on your pants.
Oh, God. Okay, if I do, how do I get it out?
White wine.
White wine.
More wine.
Absolutely.
And where did I find this? Eloise Helpful Hints. Remember when we did the Helpful Hint shows, or did we
Yes.
do that on our audio show?
I think we did it
did
on the
both.
audio.
Did we?
Did we do
might
it
have
here?
We might have done both.
I don't remember.
We may have
but
done it on one show.
Yeah, but
These
definitely, I know.
books
it's
that
funny.
Beth has are from the 60s and 70s.
Oh, let's bring 'em next
and they're a
time.
frickin' scream.
Yeah.
They have some real
probably
fun-
have travel hints too.
But you know what? It's all
to
good
Paris.
advice. It's just some of it's a little outdated, but it's still good. It's just some of them are kind of funny.
Yeah, because I think some of them talked about using Crisco or using.
Oh my God, it was for
lard
everything.
or
Crisco
something.
for everything. Face cream, baking, frying.
We have to bring those back.
Yes, we do.
They were pretty
I think
funny.
we should.
Yeah.
Now, but I have to say, did all of you watch our last show with John Duck? It was a fabulous show.
It was. We got great feedback.
was-
Every single person that sent us feedback through all of our different communication avenues, thank you. Because, first of all, it just thrilled the heck out of us to know that you guys liked the show that much.
Yeah, thank
John
you.
was flattered past anything.
It
'cause
was good.
it was a lot of fun. And having a guest was something new.
It was something
for us to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it again.
We
are.
are. We have a couple more ideas and some suggestions from our fans to help us kind of flesh out the next couple of shows. So
Yeah.
we're really excited about
Yes.
those.
Yeah.
When we get back from our trip, though, right now we're Enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, we're on vacation right now.
On vacation in Gay Perry.
Can you say gay now? You're not going to get in trouble for that?
You know, listen, I am
gotta be
so
politically
tired.
correct.
No, we don't. Oops.
What fell? Uh-oh. The back of her microphone just fell. That's all right. It's still on.
Well, we may have to take a break from our sponsor, and we'll come back
Okay,
and talk
this needs
about.
to be moved because that's the
see,
next thing that's going to fall.
A few sips of wine, she's dropping her microphone
It's
pack.
ridiculous. Just so, for those of you that don't know that we've said this once or twice, I'm kind of a klutz, and my Catholic family nickname is Sister Mary Grace. So I'm just going to leave that there.
But listen, you're a klutz, and my first husband, David, used to say that I could trip on lint. So,
Oh, what a pair!
what about you?
I used to fall going up the stairs.
Okay, so
You know, trip on the stairs as you were going
there
up.
you go.
Okay, I'm
Here's
gonna-
to all
I'm
the
tempting
klutzes.
fate.
To the klutzes.
klutzes. To the
We'll be back
klutzes.
in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Stay. I don't want to spill this on you. Oh, my God.
Hey, Diana, check this out. Look how many hits we're getting on YouTube.
Oh, my God. This is so exciting.
Oh, let me see. Can you believe how much attention our show's getting? Babes Go Video, it's rocking. It's awesome.
And our sponsors are loving it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe we
they
should tell
are.
everyone out there that we still have a few spots open for some sponsors.
Well, Diana, I think you just did.
I did, huh?
She did. Seriously, if you have a business and you'd like to sponsor Babes Go Video, please contact us at babesinvoiceland@gmail.com.
We can't wait to welcome you to the family.
It's a few minutes.
I'm still drinking.
Oh, hi.
Okay, not over the pants.
Oh, welcome back. We're
Welcome
so
back.
glad you are here. We took a minute to talk to our legal department to
Yes.
make sure it was okay to use the word gay because we were using it as in happy, gay Paris, and that's okay to
It's
still
okay.
use it that way. Because
And if they would have said no, I would have said it anyway because it's a happy word. Why do all the words have to change? That's what I want to know.
No, they don't. So there.
Listen, we grew up with things just being normal conversation, and now I'm not going to say any of them because then I'll get in trouble. But it's like, oh, look what you said. I'm like, what? What did I say?
yeah, that one
So-
is in a lot of songs, old Christmas carols,
Yes.
you know.
Old movies.
Happy and gay.
Yeah,
Old movies.
Yeah.
They used it all the time. It means happy.
Yeah.
Gay people are happy. It means happy.
I'm happy. Here
I'm
you
happy.
go.
It's because
This
of the wine.
is a lovely wine.
It is a lovely wine.
We're gonna go out to eat after this. You know where I always go? Sammy's Woodfire Pizza.
Yes.
Let's plug them. Sammy's Woodfire Pizza. It's on Sahara, right around
One of our favorite places.
east of Rainbow.
Oh, yeah, close to.
If you're ever here, if
Very
you
close
can
to
ever come
Rainbow.
back to Vegas, go to Sammy's Woodfire Pizza. It's a great place.
No, the planes are still working. People are still flying. People are still coming to Vegas to vacation.
Yes.
Mostly from our neighboring states,
Yeah.
California and Arizona.
But
Yeah.
I've been talking to some of my friends in the industry.
Yeah.
Some of the larger hotels are actually leaving their gaming open all during the week, but are shutting down some of their hotel
had
rooms
not
because they're not
heard
booking
that.
enough of those.
Yeah.
And the people that are coming in
Yes.
are a lot of the people that are getting the extra $600 a week
What extra $600?
that the government is giving people on unemployment.
Okay, let me
Unemployment.
tell you, I have
Unemployment.
stopped watching the news again. I've gone back to my old ways because it upsets me. It hurts me to the core. So I would rather be just a little bit ignorant of what's happening. If it's really important, these guys will let me know.
My friend talks about her bubble she now lives in. She says, just leave me in my bubble. It's a little scary on the other side. It's not that she's afraid to interact with people, but all the crazy on both sides with the media. She's like, I can only handle so much negative input in one day.
True. See, we don't get into any of this. We don't get into media, politics, religion. We don't talk about all this stuff because we just want to have a good time. Correct?
But it's not that we stay in these.
I have my pondering face going on here.
We don't stay in these ignorant bubbles.
We're trying to just bring you a happy show about crazy stuff.
So
That's all.
here's what you need to do.
Yes.
You need to get out of your bubble, get out of your house, take a
Definitely.
walk, play with your dog, watch a favorite movie, fix a favorite dish, do something that makes you laugh.
Go to Red Rock
Casino, stay off of social media as much as possible unless you're there to watch us.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right.
Yeah. Just, you know what?
Yeah.
This will, look at all the stuff we went through in the 60s and 70s. This will pass. I'm not saying anything is not bad right now, but you know, do you ever watch Ancient Aliens?
Yes.
I love that show.
I admit that
We gotta
guilty
plug them.
pleasure.
Ancient Aliens is an awesome show. And Grady and I were watching it the other day, and I noticed something. This civilization disappeared. This disappeared. And I'm like, people have been fighting since the beginning of time. Stop it.
Cain, Abel,
Quit fighting. Have a glass of wine with your friends. Okay?
That fixes
Wear a little
everything.
beret. Pretend you're in Paris. Have a glass of wine with your friends.
cyber travel.
Okay.
Cyber travel.
Here's everybody's mission for this week or till we tape next.
She's
okay?
the teacher. She's supposed to give the homework assignments.
That's okay.
But go ahead.
We'll let
I'll
that-
give one homework assignment.
Okay.
You can give the rest.
All right.
Okay. Tell us something just fun and crazy you did that had nothing to do with anything serious.
Oh, cool.
And we will make a list of anybody that sends us anything fun and crazy you do. We will make a list and read it on our next show.
And you don't even have to keep it clean because
Well,
We might censor
little
something.
clean.
But yeah, we're not going to say
you
anything.
guys.
No, we don't say anything bad on this show.
I didn't say bad.
oh, it
Could be-
doesn't
it could
necessarily be
naughty,
bad.
a little
Naughty
bit.
is not bad.
See, I just spilled a drip of wine on the
Keep
tablecloth.
that over there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I do want to.
What else can we do? Oh,
My Do You Remember cards
Yes.
that I got somewhere.
this is fun.
I do not remember where.
She doesn't
but I got
remember
my
where.
Do You Remember
We're going
cards.
to talk about our memories in a minute because we're all having senior moments lately.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And talk about senior moments. It just seems like we're all looking a little more senior.
I know.
I don't know
For
what's
yourself.
happened. I
It's
don't.
true, but speak
Well,
for yourself. It
I
is
am speaking for myself,
know.
but it just seems like people that I'm running into that I haven't seen in a few months, it looks like we're not weathering as well as we have. I don't mean these lovely ladies here, absolutely
Thank
not.
you for
But
clarifying.
I ran into a friend and he's like all white now. And he was
Well,
only salt and
why
pepper
do you
a
think they
couple
make
months
hair
ago.
dye? Why do you think they make hair dye?
Well,
For
but he
God's
was,
sakes.
He was salt and pepper before. He needs to do it now. Not that he
Yes.
was, I thought she was saying he
But
did
does
it
it look good
before.
on
Dye
you?
your hair.
Well, yes. Men look good.
No,
You know
I don't
what?
like any. Listen,
I have a friend of mine,
don't
Jenny
like
Lee
gray.
Miller. Her hair is the most beautiful. It's white. She looks like an angel. She pulls it off like you can't believe. She's so gorgeous with that hair.
Yeah.
Okay, she is. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous with that hair.
do you know what's making me laugh? I'll
What?
tell you why I'm laughing. As most of you know, my mom and my Aunt Ethel were identical twins. Okay, when they got older, my mom dyed her hair all the time. She had this fanciful rinse every time. Ethel let her hair go white, and it was beautiful white hair. But these two argued all the time. Oh, for God's sakes, Ethel, dye your hair. I'm not dyeing my hair. It looks beautiful. Why are you putting that stuff in your hair? So I've heard this argument most of my life. So
You had to side with your mom?
I sided with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people look beautiful. It's in the eye of the beholder.
And you know what? When my
Yeah.
hair was coming back in
Yeah.
after I was bald, and it decided it was going to come in salt and pepper.
Right. Oh, but you looked so good.
And it was really
She
fun.
looked
It was
amazing.
fun. It was short and
Absolutely
sassy. I
amazing.
spiked it. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And I was really digging it. And I was going to leave it like that. And then I lost my dad, and it was very stressful. And I caught my reflection in the mirror a couple times, and I went, "Who the hell is that old
You
woman?"
see what I'm saying?
Looking back,
hair dye.
But I will tell you, there's a part of me that kind of wishes that I had just kept it.
You were rocking it.
to
You were,
see.
No,
you
look
were a
awesome.
badass.
You
You
look
were a
awesome.
badass. You looked hot.
I had the
She
beholder.
did.
There you go.
She
look hot
really
now,
looked
Diana.
good.
Look.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm kind of with Terry. I think part of it is because we all of us are getting a little bit older, but you notice things.
Yeah.
You know, you notice crepey things that you're not really happy about.
I just
come
want to eat
from?
crepes. Forget about having them.
Well, you know what? We're forgetting Terry's cards. Do you
Hold on, okay,
remember?
back to the
We're
cards.
getting off. You know, what do we call the cow path? We're going down the cow path again.
Listen to our audio shows, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this
All right.
one says, "Do you remember the most beautiful place you've ever been?"
Ooh.
I want them to think for a minute too. The most beautiful place you've ever been.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Well, see, when you say a beautiful place, is it really the place or the moment?
Could be both.
I guess it could be, or the person you were with makes it a beautiful place.
Yeah. I would say, when David was really sick, we took a trip to Tahiti.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Well,
Tahiti, Greece.
Caribbean,
I don't
Hawaii.
travel.
I don't travel.
Okay, so those years, my first husband, David, died of cancer, and he was really sick, and the doctor fixed it so we could take him off chemo for 2 weeks so we could take a trip. And we went, he always wanted to go to Tahiti, so we went. And I do remember the very last day standing there with him. You know, he was standing behind me, had his arms around me, and we were looking at the ocean. And I would say that's one of the most beautiful moments I've ever had. Yeah.
Oh,
That is awesome.
my chin's
Yeah,
trembling.
here's
I
to
think
you,
I'm
babe.
gonna cry.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
to
is-
David.
To David.
Here you go, babe.
Okay, Terry, you're up.
You're up.
This is good wine, Beth.
I don't know. I'm really thinking I haven't been there yet.
Now that's a
thinking
good
It hasn't
answer.
happened yet.
That's a good answer.
The most incredible, beautiful place. I think I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, we'll let you know when she goes there.
Oh, absolutely.
And who
she's with.
Absolutely.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
We used to travel in a motorhome from Michigan all the way to California and back in the
Yeah.
summertime for a few summers before we ended up moving to
Yeah.
Las Vegas. And we saw some phenomenal places. The Grand Canyon and that kind of stuff. But I just popped into my head, and I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Niagara Falls, which is, oh my God, so awe-inspiring.
yeah.
But I can't remember what state we were in, but my dad pulled the motorhome over, and it was next to this roaring river. And you sat there, and it was so loud, but you watched the water rushing, and it was just tumbling over these ginormous boulders, and then it was pooling in these places, and you know, you'd get down in there, and you didn't want to get swept away, but the water was ice cold. And that just popped into my head. I might have been 12 years old.
Wow.
But it was being
cool.
there in that beauty, seeing the power of the river, but being there with my dad and him just finding it when we were driving and saying, this is where I want to pull over. And that
That's
was the
cool.
best part
That's
of the
cool.
trip
Wow.
because it wasn't a destination that you were
Yeah.
going to. It
Right.
was something you stumbled on by accident.
So it was the journey.
It was that. It was
was-
absolutely that.
It like life.
Yep.
It's not about just getting there and the end thing. It's
No.
it's about the whole trip.
Yep.
See, that's,
It's about the little
that's
magical moments in every day, or in the small things.
And the other thing that I would say, my second one
that a lot.
was back in 1990, I think it was. My husband and I went to Northern California with my sister and brother-in-law, and we went on a bicycle trip through the redwoods.
Oh.
You want to talk about feeling small?
Oh, I've been. Yeah.
That really puts
That
that in
would.
perspective. You think you're all that in a bag of chips, stand next to one of those trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you
That's
do
true.
about
That
That
big.
big?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was those would be my two
kind of
things.
looking up and just
know
how
what? I
amazing
hope
and
when-
magical.
I hope when we talk about all this, it triggers memories in your minds
Yeah.
too. You know, and
And-
brings some fun things.
if you email us a photograph of you
Yes.
in your favorite place, we will find a way to
We'll put it in the
incorporate
show.
that
We
into
can.
another show.
We can.
And we are
Absolutely.
Babes at Voiceland.
Babes in Voiceland.
God dang it!
All right, I'm moving there.
No!
Babes in
Babes in Voiceland at gmail.com.
.com.
I always screw that up. Babes in Voiceland at gmail.
That's all right. You know what? I'll put a little title. So
Thank
don't
you
you worry
very
about
much,
a thing.
because
We got to look out for each other. Don't you worry about a thing.
Absolutely.
Let's find another Do You Remember
Absolutely.
card. This is kind
Oh,
of
we
fun.
could do that. Well, here, you want to pull the top one?
I would
pull one
love
off
to.
and see
You know
what
what,
it says?
though? Because I'm a gambler, I got to do
You have to take the
this.
top one.
you
I have to take the top one?
All right, Miss
I was
Gambler,
gonna
go
shuffle.
for it.
They won't allow me to shuffle. It might be a loaded deck.
Never mind then.
Do you remember a food you never thought you'd like that you love now, or vice versa?
Ooh,
A food you thought you'd never like,
escargot.
and
That
you do
was
now, or vice
mine.
versa. You took her answer.
I was just thinking out loud about food
Oh,
in
we are
Paris.
in France.
We are.
Kind of, sort of.
Escargot. I love escargot. When are you going to make it for us?
I was just going to say that. So
I
we
love
have
it
this
so
lovely
much.
place. We are going to Marché Bacchus, the three of us.
Okay.
There's this lovely restaurant in the neighborhood where I live that looks out on a lake. It's called Marché Bacchus, and they have the most incredible escargot. It's just unbelievable. So my son and I love it. We actually went online and found the recipe for escargot parcelade. It's very labor intensive. You have to get a special kind of butter. You have to do all this.
we'll
Oh
go
my
out.
God.
We'll go out.
But I'll make it. And I
Oh,
got the
I'm
cast
coming.
iron things that the little, I got shells.
Double order right
I
here.
got the shells.
Wow.
So, oh my God. So Terry and I both love the escargot.
It's been
Parcelade.
years.
I double love
Years,
escargot.
Oh, then there's three of us
Wow.
here.
I will eat 2 orders, maybe 3.
We are all of one accord.
My.
How do you like
Okay.
that?
Imagine that.
What other food?
Well, Brussels sprouts.
Oh, no.
She hates them. And you know, I made them once for these guys, not knowing she didn't like them. I felt so bad when I found out.
As a kid, I didn't like them. But now, as a grown-up with a grown-up palate,
No,
I
no.
like
See,
that.
I've tested that theory, Terry, because I had a very traumatic experience with Brussels sprouts when I was a child. Marked me for life.
Okay.
And then I decided I was going to throw them in a roast because I wanted to do that. I'm grown up now, so I'm going to try something because I might like it.
Right. Yeah.
No,
Makes sense.
but I will say that when Beth made hers and you made them with the bacon,
I made it with bacon.
okay,
Yeah.
I actually was able to eat that.
Yeah.
Just
But
partly
I
because it
would
was
have
made
done
with love, and the
broccoli
other
with-
part because it was made with bacon.
I would have done broccoli with bacon had I understood. You guys got to tell me this
Everything with bacon.
stuff. Now,
Bacon makes things better.
what? So
Oh
many
my God,
foods
that's-
that I didn't like that I
You
do
need
now.
to get a hold of Hormel and have them
You know
be their
what?
slogan, bacon makes everything better.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes. They're okay, but I've never liked them. And my brother used to give me hell because, you know, he's 10 years older. And he, well, you like ketchup. You can't like ketchup if you don't like tomatoes.
Oh, it's
Listen,
different. It's all that sugar.
David,
how
I
it's
still don't
cooked.
like tomatoes really very much. So there you go. But what do I
Like now that you didn't before.
don't know that there is anything. If I don't like it, I don't like it.
You know the things they'll ask you, would you do this for a Klondike bar? You know that little thing, I would do that for a
I almost
Klondike
bought
bar?
them yesterday.
I'm going to tell you what I did for my engagement ring. And it's
Oh.
not naughty.
Okay.
We were out to dinner with friends, and I was not even going to think about an oyster. Raw oyster? No, I was
love
not going
them.
to do an
Oh, yeah, I
oyster.
love
I
it.
was not, not.
Hot sauce,
And my
Tabasco.
my
Yeah.
boyfriend at the time, who's now my
Horseradish.
husband, said, "I will buy you a 1-carat diamond engagement ring if you shoot that oyster." So I did.
Down it went.
Good for you.
It took him a couple of years to follow through with the ring, but I ate the oyster. So that's what I did for that.
I love
Klondike bar.
oysters.
Very
Well, you know
cool.
what? Some is what you grow up with. I mean, we
I didn't grow up with oyster. I grew
I
up in
did.
Michigan.
Did you ever eat chicken feet?
I can't say that
I
I,
don't
had chicken
wanna.
feet.
I don't wanna.
They're not on my list.
Don't
I
want
ate
lot of
chicken
things
feet growing
not-
up as a kid. It's a Romanian thing.
No, I don't
we're
want
not
to. But I
Romanian.
did eat chardnina.
And that is
Duck's blood
Polish
soup.
duck's blood soup. I love Lynn's. Speaking of Lynn, it's Lynn's birthday tomorrow.
And I have 2 birthdays that I want to announce today, but please let's...
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynn. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Oh, and this is July 26th, by the way. This is the day that we're actually taping this show.
Yes,
it is.
2 of my very favorite people in the whole wide world have birthdays today. My son, James,
Oh, I didn't know.
turns 45 today.
not possible.
Absolutely. Well, there's a long story behind that. I share him with his real mom, but anyway, I'm his other mother. And I love him very much. He was 5 years old when I started dating his daddy, and he's now a wonderful man of 45.
Wow.
And he is a hardworking man, and he got that from all 4 of his parents. And he is a wonderful, wonderful dad, and he loves his family, and I'm very proud of the man that he grew up to be. So happy 45th birthday,
Happy
James
45th,
Lee.
James.
And my dearest friend Lon, who happens to be one of our biggest
Lon,
fans.
it's Lon's birthday?
It's Lon's birthday
Oh,
today.
well, we have-
Lon,
63 years old today.
here's to you,
Lon.
Lon.
And
Happy birthday, baby.
Lon and I will be friends for 46 years this fall.
Wow.
Wow. That's
And,
hard to say these days.
And he's a wonderful guy. And he's dear to me, and I love him. And I almost lost him a few years ago when he had a horrible heart attack. But he takes very good care of himself now, and I'm very happy for that. So 2 of my very favorite people, my son James and my very dear friend Lon, are having birthdays today.
Awesome.
Wow.
And if there's anyone that we don't know it's your birthday, happy birthday to you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Remember to send us
absolutely.
your birthday so we can put it up on the show.
Oh, and for you rock and rollers out there, it's also Mick Jagger's birthday.
Oh.
So,
Didn't know.
On
Happy
the same
birthday,
day.
Mick.
yes, it is.
Wow.
So,
Very
there you
cool.
go.
Very,
Good
very
company
cool.
all the way around.
Well, what else do we have to
I
talk
don't know. We got
about today?
you want to pull one out of the deck and see if we like it or what? You want to go ahead?
She
Go ahead.
did already. It's
Here,
your turn.
it's your turn.
We'll do 3. And
Dare
then-
I pull off the
don't know.
top? Let's see if
Go
I
ahead.
like this
I
one.
had to. You have to.
This is a good one. It's a theme. 'Cause
Okay.
What were we talking about? Being happy and gay.
Happy
Yes?
and gay.
Yes, we were.
So the question is, do you remember when you felt the happiest?
Oh, wow. You know what? I really can't pick. There have been so many really, really happy times in my life. I cannot pick one, honest to God.
You lived
I
a
can't.
joyful life.
Yeah, I really have. I've been really pretty happy most of my life. I mean, when tragedy strikes, it rips your heart out, and you can't help that. But no,
You're a silver lining kind of a gal, though.
Well,
Every cloud has
yeah.
a silver lining. She is a glass half full,
Yeah.
total
Yes.
silver lining, the sun will come out tomorrow kind of a gal.
Yes, I am, because you know what? You can't, sometimes you can't help it. Such horrible things happen in your life, especially when you lose somebody you love. It's
Things out of your
it
control.
just rips your heart out.
Yeah, it does.
But you know, you have to adjust and know that that person's in heaven. You know how many people I talk to in heaven every day?
Oh, you've got
I
a
mean,
few.
I just do.
You got a few up there.
Probably more up there than I do down here. So I talk to them every day. How's it going today up there? Fall off a cloud yet? You know, whatever. But yeah, you have to take lemons and make lemonade. You have to. Otherwise, you have a miserable life.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Happiest?
Yeah. Happiest.
Happiest?
Well, it was interesting because I started thinking back because when we were talking about just your favorite place.
Right.
And what popped into my head, my grandparents had on their back property, they had these big, beautiful weeping willow trees.
Right.
And we would always race to the end of their yard, and we would go underneath the canopy of these big, beautiful leaves. Well, actually, the leaves weren't big, but the branches, and weeping willows are
Right.
just gorgeous trees. And just playing in there and running around as probably being 5 or 6 years old, and the way the light would dance off the leaves, because you would, as you look up, you would see the leaves, and then the light would sparkle off of them and just kind of
cool
filter
memory.
through. And it was always just a really cool memory that stuck with me, and it was
It's nice.
just a really nice energy, just really positive, upbeat, and just, it was like magic. It was kind of magical, and the way the light just played on those leaves and just kind of danced under the trees. It was really cool.
That is awesome. What a beautiful memory.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that kind of popped in my head.
That's
You know,
nice.
you can make the nicest memory out of something so simple.
Yeah,
You can, and it's
Yeah. Or you can go all the way to Paris
that's true.
to get a
very
beautiful
true.
memory.
and you know what? We're kind of running out of time.
I got
Well,
to tell
Diana
you my
has to
memories.
answer,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
then we'll
See?
go so
I'm
we
getting
can
old.
finish.
I
the
don't
Okay,
wanna
so
one
I
go
would
in.
tell you that my childhood memories are all centered around Harson's Island.
Where
Boating,
is that?
fishing in Michigan on the St. Clair River.
Okay.
Every happy childhood
That's
memory
cool.
I can think of centers around the summers that I
That's
spent there.
awesome.
The happiest moment I can remember, my son Matt was born 11 and a half weeks prematurely.
That's right.
And he was 2.5 pounds when he was born, and he had a very rough go of it. They coded in the hospital. I almost lost him. It was stressful, terrible, and all that stuff. And when I finally brought him home, and our first Christmas together, he was still very tiny, still hooked up to a monitor. But I remember sitting on the couch in the living room, and the only thing lit was the Christmas tree. And I had very soft Christmas music in the background, and I'm holding this beautiful baby boy who was such a miracle in my arms, and just looking at the tree and looking down at his little face. And it was the happiest moment of my life, because I just knew what a blessing he was, and that everything was going to be okay.
That's cool.
So that's the
Here's
yeah.
to that memory. That's
There you go.
awesome.
Here's to all of our
All
good
of our
memories.
good memories.
And to all of your good memories.
Focus on them
Absolutely.
now, you guys. It'll get you through the tough stuff. Trust us.
And
And making new ones.
yes. And before we
Absolutely.
wind up,
Making
I
new
got to
ones.
tell you what I brought.
What did you bring? She's always got gifts. She's so awesome.
I thought we should leave you with words of wisdom. And what better way to get words of wisdom than from Dove chocolates? You know how they always have something good? Dove chocolate always has, by Dove chocolates, they always have a nice saying in there to make your day. So let's see what we get.
It's like a fortune
cookie.
cookie.
Yeah, you read my mind.
I never thought of that.
Fortune
telling
cookies
you.
have things inside of them too.
So-
So when we used to read our fortunes from the fortune cookies,
Yeah.
you would always add in
bed.
at the end of it.
Yeah, people don't know
So
that.
you,
didn't know that?
yeah, so next time you have a
Yes.
fortune cookie, if it says you will have a amazing time
In
bed.
You know who taught me that? My friend Sunday taught me that.
I'm surprised you didn't
so
know
here
that.
we are in a
You learn something
cafe,
every day. But
And,
listen, next time we'll have fortune cookies.
and we're eating chocolat.
and
I
wine.
could do this all
chocolate
day.
and wine.
We
Go ahead,
chocolate?
read yours, Terry.
Oh, I think Diana is ready. I haven't even.
I love this one.
I've ripped
Let's
mine.
hear it.
And this actually would be a good thing for my dear friend Linda Murphy, who I call Our Lady of Beautiful Sunsets, because she posts photos of them all the time. Linda, if you're watching, this one's for you.
Linda, send us your favorite sunset. I'll put it in the show.
Never go too long without a sunset.
Ah,
I like that.
that's
Mine
pretty.
says, a smile is the quickest way to brighten a room.
Nice.
And?
I like your guys's. Can I trade?
What did
Oh,
you get?
no.
I only brought 3 chocolates. I'm afraid.
It says, "Don't stop until you're proud."
Well, I like that.
I think that
I think that's
Yeah.
the best.
is perfect,
Because
my dear. Don't
Okay.
stop until you're proud,
of where you're at and what you're doing
everything.
and who you are.
proud of your life,
Think
proud
about
of
that.
your,
is a work in
proud
progress.
of your bravery,
Think
proud
about
of
that.
your
Think about that. Think about that. Think about that in our
Okay.
lives right
Oh,
now.
and this
I
has a
love it.
surprise in it, by the way. It's
Yes.
not just chocolate; it has caramel
Well, of
inside as
course.
well.
Okay.
Ooh.
So with that, I think it's time to wind it up. I'm going to eat my chocolate and
Yeah,
drink
mine's
my
melting.
wine.
Yes, it's a little warm
And
here
me with white
in
pants on.
Paris.
God dang it!
I'm like,
couldn't bring a
chocolate
napkin.
out of white is.
I don't know if white wine will do
I
that.
have to remember.
I don't
no,
know.
white wine
Okay.
won't do it.
But listen,
So,
stay safe till the next time we see you, and
Absolutely.
take care. Take care.
Au
Bye-bye.
revoir.
au revoir.
Bonjour.